All right, looks like we're live. Let me just double check this shit. Test. Is my voice loud enough to hear over all this music? For me, this music is blasting. It's not really blasting, but it's at a good volume. Test. Checking if my voice is loud enough to talk over these. Okay, sounds good. I think that's pretty good. Okay. All right. So, hello. Good evening to anybody who's tuning in. All right, what do we got for today? I think last thing I had going was something to do with the way AI was behaving. Okay. Alright. Spawn item 0. Alright, so kill this guy, but nobody saw him die. But then if I grab him and show him to everybody, oh, you guys see this? You scared? I'm holding a dead body? Oh shit. Alright, but I'm gonna kill you now. Boom. Oh shit, that scared all of you. Oh shit. I think if they see somebody die, they need to run further. They need to run further than what they currently... Okay. But you haven't. Huh. Alright. Also, there's some funny things happening when you grab them. Oh. Why can't I grab his hand? Can't grab his hand. I should be able to grab his hand. I have to grab him by the head right now. Okay. I think I'm getting a little nitpicky about how they're working right now. It's definitely, it needs improvement, but there are much more core things that need to be developed. So, let's see. What's on the list for today? All right. What do I want here? I think a good idea would be to get the end of that routine setup. The end of let's see, what is it? Source signal routines, and then you go to DC signals. So we have it set up so it does get here, and you begin the meeting. So it's awaiting response. Spawn the cigarette, and it comes in when it's in use. You could begin the meeting. So what happens in a meeting? In the meeting, let's see. So you meet with the source, you pay the source money, or go on a quest as payment. So we can have them send you on a quest. And the quest should be something simple. I think this is what we were talking about last time, right? Is sending them to go get like a package, right? To go retrieve some type of package. So I think in Civ, or no, I'm sorry. In source routines, we could put get current city. Okay, it goes to that, right? See DC, and then it activates the DC one, source signal routines. But if they're, it says check of scared, so I'm wondering, should I make it so it comes back here and sends to, I think it should. Let's just keep it organized. So check if scared, false. So if it's false, it's gonna come here and it's gonna say is awaiting payment. Or I should say like quest is quest in jeez, the wording, man, is quest in progress. And then you get a bool test in there. Bool variable, see quest in progress. All right, and put in a true and then a false. Okay, scooch these up. Okay, quest in progress. If it's true, then actually we'll set up a new event. Let's see. I'll just have it go out from here. I know I could just to kind of keep things semi-clear. Let's see, right here. You know, no, I'm not going to do that. That's so unnecessary. So instead of true, it's going to be, see, get city returned, signal returned. Right. So I basically need to duplicate this thing. This thing, kind of. Oh, shit. Oh. When it goes here, it should check if there's a, okay. Okay. So actually, this just goes straight here. And then this, I'm gonna delete clear transition target. And I'm just gonna put this over here because I'm gonna duplicate this. So for each of these, I'm gonna have a quest in progress. Is there a better way to do that? Quest in progress. So it goes here and it starts the FSM, right? But instead it should have I guess all those would be called quest in progress. Let's copy it. Fucking A. I think you do like this. Right, like that, and then this gets this. Oops, no. It gets this. John Jarrow first. Sexy V shirt. Thank you. I love this shirt. I have several others like it in different colors. I love this shirt. How's it going, John Jarrow? What are you up to today? Get currency. Do I really want this question progress thing here? I think I do. I think I do. I think that's fair enough. True and false. So I'm gonna delete this. Call this quest in progress. How big does that get? Oof, whatever. All right. So it gets whether or not quest is in progress. If it's true, then it should just continue to this state. Or no, I'm sorry. If it's false, it should just continue to this state. And then, so that means there's not a quest in progress, then you need to fucking set one, mate. So it comes here to this start FSM. But if there is a quest in progress, then it needs to send off to the what does it do? It sends off to the DC quests. DC quests FSM. We'll make a DC quests FSM. DC. John Jarrow, gonna watch your stream. Maybe I'll work out a bit. I'll work out a bit on my game while watching. We'll see. Nice. How is your game coming along, by the way? What have you been working on yours? DC quests with a capital. DC quests. DC quests, DC signals. Cool. That makes sense. I'm gonna put DC quests. DC signals next to. There we go. Right there. Ah, fuck. Fucking Unity with its dragging and dropping shit never working right. Look how precarious it is. Ah, there we go. Okay, so DC signals, DC quests. Starts off deactivated. Got a few voice lines, gotta make like 2 cutscenes, and I'd like to make loading screen scene where it shows a gate opening. And just made the drawers like you saw, not much. That's dope though. It's a start, man. It's a fucking start. Get those drawers working. And loading screens are super fun to make. I had a lot of fun making this one for a second, but like I never use it because I'm just like testing all the time, so it's like it's a shame. Always got dope music on your stream. Thanks. I try to look for decent music, you know. Gotta have something to fill that silence. All right, so this is DC. Oops. Signals. And this is DC quests. And we're gonna put a start FSM. And we're gonna throw in DC quests. All right. And it's gonna have a very similar setup to DC signals. I'm actually going to go to signals. So the same way I have all this set up, right? You have this, is this get variables, I can say? It gets the mailman, the city to help, right? Kind of needs all these things. Gets the current city, gets the mail agency drop-off point, right? Those are just things it needs. Gets variables. Signal complete check. So I feel like I can copy and paste these. I feel like I can copy and paste this FSM and then just change the word signal to quest. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get all this like that. And I'm gonna copy it. And go to DC quests. Paste it. Scooch it over here. And set this as a start state. Alright. Now I'm just gonna go in these variables. Agency mail drop off. I don't believe it needs that. I'm gonna get rid of some of these things. Variables, agency mail drop off. Where is it used? Here. Right, to create a package. We're not creating packages. So I'm just gonna delete all these. Okay, agency mail dropped off, not in use. Package to deliver, not in use. Stashed item, not in use. Okay, and awaiting response. It's a bool. Let's see, it's in here. Right, so it's kind of awaiting response. Oh, right. So that should be like awaiting payment. Awaiting, yeah. Let's see, awaiting response. We're gonna change that to awaiting payment. And then current city, yeah, current signal. Let's see. We'll call that current quest. I think we could pretty much just change all that signal stuff to quest stuff. Mailman and city to help. Let's go to it, get rid of it. Don't need that. Variables. No longer in use, can get rid of it. Signal complete. More like quest complete. Should it start with a lowercase q? Okay, quest complete. And then signal picked, last one. Quest picked. Cool. So now It's got to rename the states. Quest complete check. Nice. Quest picked check. I love templatizing things. Templatizing? Templatizing? Let's check. Templatizing. Templatizing. Okay. Is it a real word though? Yes, looks like so. Templatize, the act of making a noisy disturbance? What? To genericize by means of templates. Okay, here we go. Because I'm making a very generic game, guys. Am I not making the most generic game ever? That's a little bit of a humble brag. Or actually, that's not a humble brag. That's a little bit of just tooting my own horn. Because I do believe that this this is very not conventional. And maybe to its own detriment. Last signal. Okay, we're gonna change that to quest. It has familiar elements, right? I think I'm making an accessible game. I think I'm making a game that has enough familiar elements. Pick random quest. Okay, that looks pretty done to me. Now we can actually start filling this in. So DC payments. I'm starting to wonder if maybe all payments, like, do we do, you know, for now, yeah, maybe it is specific to each place. Maybe the payments are specific to each place. But for now, we're gonna try to make them as generic as possible so they can happen in all of the cities. Okay. So, gets the variables, checks if the quest is complete. If it is, then it's just waiting for reset. If it's not, then it needs to pick a quest. But if it already picked a quest, because it can already have picked a quest but not complete it, so then it checks if that's true or false. So if it did pick one, then it's going to continue it and it's going to send it back here. But if it didn't, then it's going to pick one between A, B, C, D. So then we go here, right, cool. And these are the values that we need to change now. So these current quests, they'll be named things. So for example, let's see, what are some of the things that I come up? Maru Show, what is up, Maru Show? How's it going? So I have some quest examples here. I know I've gone over this list a million times, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting this right. Let's see. Examples, ways, source payment missions. Here we go. Okay. So you can have it just be money, right? Money. And I think we're gonna have to add more than this eventually. There just has to be more mission types. But okay, whatever. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves. The other type of way you could pay is through photograph every agent from an agency, meeting with their sources and give them the photos. Here's a photo of an agent I want you to kill, right? So assassination, assassination. Let's not even call it assassination. We just want kill, right? Or hit man. What do you call that? Assassination, whack. I guess assassination is the closest one, right? Assassination. Did I spell that right? Nope. 2 S's under both sides. Ass, in nation. Yeah, I laughed at that. Fuck off. I did indeed laugh at that. Alright, assassinations, and then money. What else? Let's see, record a conversation between this agent, one of their sources, and give me the recording. Oh, steal unmarked packages, right? So intercept package, or actually steal object. All right, because it could just be anything. We'll have it be anything. Steal object. And then I do want the photograph thing, because right now photographing isn't as key of a component as I would like it to be. Not yet. I mean, it's just like, I kind of just want to implement it in even more scenarios. How else, what kind of form of payment would your source ask you that involves taking somebody's picture? Because the one I was thinking is like, they give you photos of these people, and then they say, can you photograph these people, like who they meet? Oh, that could be one, right? Like it could just be, that's not too bad. It's like you just give that NPC a meeting. It's like, who do they meet? And you're supposed to take a picture of the person that they're meeting with. I think that's doable. That's doable, right? So we'll do this one, photograph, or photo, what do you call it? Photo meeting. Okay. Photo meeting. Photo friend? Photo meeting. Alright. That one's gonna be a fun one to program. So, let's rename these. Oh, you know what I should do? Maybe I'll turn them into variables. So let's rename this one money, and we'll actually put the value as money. Okay. Assassination. Just in case I decide to call them something, or honestly even full on change the thing, I don't have to go to all of these different things and copy and paste it over and over again. Value. I should just call these string money underscore string. Okay, steal object, new variable, steal object, forgot to name it, underscore string. Oops, tab does not like that, you have to hit enter. Value, steal object. Okay, photo meeting. New variable, underscore string. Photo meeting. Cool. All right, so all those are set up. So now pick random quest. Cool. And then we have to name these. So this one will be money. And then assassination. Assassination. Steal object and photo meeting. Steal object and photo meeting. Okay. money string. Assassination. Assassination string. Steal object. That's right. Steal object string. All right, minutia, I think, is over. Photo meeting string, cool. All right, not bad, not bad. So, what do we have set up here? Which one do we do first? Do we do that steal object one since we have like the freaking out thing? Or do we do the photo one? We should probably do the... I almost want to say the money thing, but then I have to make the money system. Assassination. Assassination's done and ready to go. That one's done and ready to go. You just have to kill somebody. Okay, that's an easy one. Let's fucking do that. Okay, and this doesn't even need multiple things, right? Assassination. I think it could pretty much just... What does it have to do? So it's like, let's get our handy dandy notebook out. Our handy dandy notepad. All right. So we'll have Assassination. And the first thing you do is you set the target, right? Set the target to be assassinated. And then you set the target to be assassinated. And then how do you tell? I guess you just give him a photo, right? You just give him a photo. Think. Take photo of, or how do I do this? Game takes photo of target. That's gonna be fun. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I did a test of that a long time ago. Like way back when I first started this, I was like, oh, can I do this whole like, can I make it so an NPC can hand you a photo that looks like it was taken all like covert, you know? And there, I have a decent system set up for that. And it's actually pretty fun and it works out. I have to start it from scratch again here though. So game takes photo of target, and then add photo to, or add image texture to photograph game object. And then, that's it, right? That's all you need to do is then wait for, oh, but how do you confirm? How does the player sort of assure that that person is dead? Do you just do it and then assume that they just... Cause, okay, it's like a video game, right? So we don't need to be like, I promise, here's proof. We could make it so you have to photograph the dead body after. But maybe we should just take it as you killed them and that's it. Yeah, so let's just do that. Wait for target NPC to switch is dead bool to true. And then you have it set up so like so like if the NPC sends you on this mission, they give you a photograph, of the target you're supposed to kill. You go and kill that target. When they give you that photograph, do they wait at the place that you met them at? Or do they just come back like on their little schedule? And you just have to kind of find them. You just have to meet up with them at the right time. Wait for target NPC to switch. Is Deadbolt true? Deadbolt? Deadbool's a new comic book hero. Who's very concerned with dichotomies, the dichotomy of true and false. Okay, let's see. This is a weird one because I don't know if I want the NPC to kind of wait on you, I guess. Fuck it. Let's just add image texture to photograph object. Wait for target NPC to switch is Deadbolt to true. They'll just wait there, and then you come and wait for player to. Let's see. Source waits for target, okay, and then source waits for player to come and interact. All right, and then on player interacting. Come on. With them. On player interacting with them. You know what? Not even on player interacting with them. Maybe we just have it so like they start talking to you right when they. On player getting close enough to them, they will begin delivering the information to you. Okay, and that's a whole other can of worms, but we'll get, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But so for now, what we're gonna do is set the target to be assassinated. Then the game is gonna take a photo of that NPC somewhere in the game world. And then we're gonna add the image texture of that photograph to a game object of like a photograph, which is essentially just gonna be a little rectangle, right? And then, spawn the photo of target, photo of target game object in front of the player. Okay? And that's really just a cosmetic thing. It's crucial to have a photo of who you're supposed to be killing, so we gotta make sure these photos come out clear. Because it would be fucked up if they hand you a photograph and it's like you can't even see the target, which is very, very possible. We're gonna have to make sure that this photographing system is airtight. There might even have to be like a cancel mission. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So it spawns the photo of a target game object in front of the player, so the photo drops in front of them. You can pick it up and you're like, cool, now I have this thing, I know who to look for, go kill them. And then the source is waiting for the target NPC to switch their is dead bool. So essentially when you kill them, their little is dead bool gets set to true, which means our source is now just waiting for the player to come next to them. So when the player is standing next to them, they'll start compensating you with information. So I think that's our plan right there. I'm gonna grab a piece of a donut really quick. One second. These fucking donuts are like, they're so heavy. Alright. These are Trader Joe's. Not sponsored by Trader Joe's. Would be cool if I was, but super dank. All chocolate glazed with some other sort of strange herbal seasonings to it that makes it very savory. Alright, so the target to be assassinated is making me wonder, do we need to pull from each city? Does it pick a city first? Or do we make a master list of all NPCs spawned? Or do we make a list of sort of like disposable NPCs? Because it would be fucked up. It's almost like interesting. It's like I want to roll the dice and say like a source can pick from this huge list, and somebody on that list can end up being like, you know, your partner, or like, or another source that you have, you know, somebody else that's kind of dependent on things. Or is that too systemic? Is there such thing as too systemic? I think for now we'll just create throwaway NPCs. I think we'll create throwaway NPCs. And I think what it'll do is it will, oh, the playlist end? All right, you know what that means. Okay. To create a throwaway NPC, it will first pick a city, and then spawn a randomized NPC there. Pick a because this has to happen in like an instant, right? It's like this NPC, this source chose to send you on this assassination mission, but up until that point, they didn't have anybody to send you to go assassinate. So in that moment, we need to pick a city and then like pick a spot somewhere. Pick a like photo. You know what we should do is maybe like pick a photo area. Do we start making little spots that are like photo areas? Pick a photo area. Or honestly, it's like just pick a place, right? Because all of our places have things. So we can have pick a place. And then spawn the NPC there. Oh wait, no, you can't do that. If you spawn an NPC there and you're playing multiplayer, then if your friend was there, they would just see an NPC appear out of thin air. So we can't just spawn them there. So what do? You maybe maybe there's fluff. Maybe so set the target to be assassinated. All right, so that's like the logic version of it, or that's like the programming version of it. But what if the assassination like sort of process is first to unless you like pre-make them, right? Let's say the assassination process goes like this. They talk to you or something? Chat, what are some good ways that the source NPC can like buy time? They essentially need to kind of like buy time for themselves to set up an NPC to spawn at your normal civilian spawn point, which is like out of the player's sight, so that way we don't see an NPC poofing out of thin air. It'll spawn the target NPC at like some random spawn point. Give that NPC enough time to walk from that spawn point to some place, right? But like we'll set like a random timer where after like walking long enough, the game will take a photograph of them. So I imagine it could be kind of like a 15-second window, 15-20 second window. So do we make like how does the NPC buy time? Do we just make the NPC talk to you for like 15 or 20 seconds? And if so, like what the hell do they say? Because I can't write some fucking unique description for every time an NPC sends you on a mission. Or at least sends you on these assassination missions. What do you do? What's the solution here? Because that's fucking awkward if you just sit there and nothing happens for 15 or 20 seconds. While we're just waiting for this NPC to get photographed. Potentially you could just describe the NPC. You know, you could do the guess who kind of deal. But it's already challenging enough, right? Maybe we do that then. Maybe it's like you just give them the description. Should we do that? I have sort of a lack of enthusiasm about it to some degree because I'm thinking like if you're playing the game and like kind of the overarching thing is this, you know, kind of glorified guess who, then you're not going to want to do all these mini versions of it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like really fun to do that. Like I know it's fun to look for people, but like I definitely want like ebb and flow, you know? Average Super Game says maybe make photos for every NPC right now as asset like a photo. Yeah, I could pre-make it. Well, but here's the thing. I can't do it pre-made right now because NPCs are randomly generated. Like their appearances are randomly generated. Like the only alternative is to like or the only version of that is to take an NPC that is currently spawned. So like, you know, you get spawned in the world, you have all these NPCs around you. So that means that wherever you were spawned or wherever you currently were, it would just photograph one of those NPCs. But the problem with that, I think, is that like, then you're limited to only pulling assassinations on people who are currently in your city. And where's the fun in that? You want to have to travel to a different country to go kill somebody, you know? So like, I don't want to be able to walk out the door and then walk around the block and be able to find my target. You guys want to see I don't think I showed you guys, but do you guys want to see, or did I show you? Maybe I did. Where it's like, I can kill this guy. Oh, but he saw him. So he's all scared now. I'm gonna shoot him. But these guys didn't see it. But if I carry the body, now they see him. Oh no, oh, you guys see the body? Oh shit, don't mind me. Boom. Boom, boom. Oh, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Oh, he's getting away. Nope. Alright. Oh. Nope. Are there so many possibilities that it's not possible? I mean, here's the thing. I could totally do it pre-made, right? Of course it's possible. But there's literally, like, I don't even know the numbers, but there's too many to count, because the amount of variations I would have to make, it's not reasonable, you know? Because every NPC has a different facial hair, different skin color, different clothing that is separated into two components. They have their primary piece of clothing, their secondary piece of clothing, and then down the line too, you get even further, right? Where they're gonna have scars and they're gonna have, you know, sort of like other special identifiers. So I can't. It would honestly, I think the numbers would come out to the thousands. I would literally have to make thousands of unique photographs. So I can't do that. That's not reasonable. But what I can do is create some sort of system that just photographs the actual NPC. Junjiro said, "Oh my god, epic! At least they try running away." Yeah. The NPCs aren't too bad right now. They're in a decent position. I do like the game feeling a little arcadey, you know. I don't want things to be so insanely realistic. But okay, so don't want to pick somebody who's in your city. God, because it has to happen in an instant. Oh! Okay, so what if it's like this? Check it out. You pick a... Oh, here we go. It's in this one right here. Pick a city, right? And then pick a place. And then spawn a randomized NPC there, but make them invisible, or make them only visible to the photo camera. And then send them to a despawn point. Oh, this is starting to feel convoluted though. Send them to a despawn point. I mean, honestly, it can also be... maybe it's better to screw the photos. If you explain how it looks, it needs to be obvious what to look for. Like, if there's 3 different pale skin tones, that would suck. Yeah. Like, right now the system is set up for 4 different skin tones. It's just light, very light, dark, and very dark. And just looking around, you can the distinction is very clear. Oh, speaking of, somebody, what's her name? Or their name? I'm not sure. Fuck, what is it? Let me check. Somebody played my game on their stream, or not their stream, but they played my prototype on that's up on itch. It's not even a prototype, you know. It's the little sample from one of the mechanics. Let's see. Huh. Wait, where's Jupiter Hadley? There we go. Yeah, Jupiter Hadley played in their 7-day FPS part 13. And it worked. I was very relieved to see that they got a decent handle on it. Figured it out and played it, and everything went smoothly in a matter of a minute. Adonis, yo, what's up, man? How's it going? Junjo says he made a better AI than Cyberpunk, mate. Oh, nice, it's awesome. Yo, I took some videos of some very cyberpunky things. I was gonna put them in the video in the next devlog, but I do want to show you guys really quick. This is pretty funny. Let's see. This is, yeah, I thought it was like cool. I was like, oh, I want to figure out how to like implement this somehow. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Check it out. So what's happening here is their animations were like fighting with the physics stuff. So I have to set their joints to is kinematic, so it doesn't fight them. But then the thing is, you have to, when you set is kinematic, they're not really abiding by gravity. So you have to turn the is kinematic to off when you want them to start functioning with gravity again. But I forgot to do that. Hence the floating heads. Like everything else in their body has gravity except for their head, so they have this like very floaty, let's see, like, it gets so outrageous. There's this one guy that looks like he's breakdancing. It's so good. Right here, let's see. They're all just dance. They look like ballerinas, you know? I thought it looked so graceful and beautiful in a way. But there's one of these guys that's like, this guy. This dude just starts full-blown breakdancing. Check it out. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And it looks like he's even, like, getting up, you know? Like, those look like moves when it's just his limbs folding over and everything. Woo! Yeah! Yeah. Thought that was fun. I love these types of glitches. I'm making a little compilation of them. Okay. Enough of that. Gotta get back to the real stuff. So, you spawn a randomized NPC, make it. Is that hard? Is that difficult? Spawn a randomized NPC there, but then make them only visible to the camera. And Average Super Games comment about like maybe doing the description thing. I just like, I don't want that to be an option. You know, God, having the photo, because like the assassination aspect of it is already like, new gravity gun weapon that just affects NPCs' heads. Oh yeah, totally. That's what you just saw, Adonis. I've been secretly turning this game into Half-Life. Hot damn. This is frustrating to do this spawn the NPC thing. You know, each city, I believe, though, has a... Let's see. City schedule, flight manager, time zone... Player detectors. So this one is... So I guess what you could do is you could spawn an NPC in a city where there's no players. Right, like you could... Why does this one have to be... This is such a simple thing, too, you know? That's why it's especially frustrating. So I have these player detectors here, and all they are these giant boxes that basically check whether or not a player is currently there. So there's one for every city, and there's one for every airport, because those are kind of like the distinct places that you warp between. So I could make it that it pulls a random city, and then it checks if that city has a player present, and if that value is true, then it goes and picks a different city, and it just loops through that until it finally finds a city where there's not a player present, And then it goes through that whole thing where it spawns them, they can poof into thin air, and then it puts them there. The only point that this would ever break at would be if the player is just not yet in that city and they arrive kind of just at that moment. But then that also wouldn't be the case. Oh, maybe, yeah, if you're playing multiplayer. So it's like if they just arrived, they have a kind of a chance of seeing an NPC just poof into thin air. But those are very low odds, I think. And then the other situation is yeah, I think if you max out the amount of players to if a whole 6-player kind of situation where it's like if you have 6 players or even more than that, if you just have a ton of players, you basically lower the odds of a city being empty, and then so it would just loop through that infinitely, and that's a game-breaking bug right there. So you couldn't have it do that if it ever got to a ton of players. So that's actually not viable because I do want to set it up so you can play with more people, and not even a ton, just more than fucking a few. 10 players would be cool even. But I could do the whole make it so they're only visible to the photo camera thing. Or no. Shit, let's try making a camera really quick. Let me just see how hard this would be. It might be the answer. You make a camera, and then calling mask, nothing, right? And then it's like you put in doors. And so now it can see doors. It should be able to see everything on door layers. Yeah, it could see that door over there. It's very tiny, but there's a door over there that I can see. Yep, you see it? Right there. I've never used a camera culling mask for anything other than backface culling, or whatever it's called in game dev stuff. Yeah, you see these doors right here? See those? Right there. It could see them, and it doesn't see anything else. But that is actually the opposite of what we want. So if it could see everything, let's try, okay. You make a camera. And you make it so, let's see. I want to make it so it can only see, let's see. We're gonna make this camera so only it can see those NPCs that are about to spawn, so I can't see them. So we'll put this camera over here. We'll just kind of turn it this way. We'll move it over here, just get a little bit closer. All right, that should be good. So we'll make it so it can see everything, but then we'll make the player camera. Or no, we want to change the object only. That's all it does is like, you go to the player, and then you go to the player camera, and then the culling, we'll just create a new layer for, let's see, layer, add layer, invisible to player. I really hope this is as easy as it seems now. Alright, so can't see that. And so when we spawn that NPC, it'll be on the invisible to player layer. Okay. So we'll have characters, NPCs, and the layer it will be on is invisible to player. No, this object only. Oh wait, okay, hang on. So I guess we're about to find out the hard way. I wonder if that is a blanket effect. Let's check. Okay, so I can still see them, but that kind of still makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. I think, honestly, it just needs to be the mesh. So this was set to enemy before. No, this object only. But the mesh, the layer will be on invisible to player. Now, I think that should make it so we can't see them. Nice. Yep. Game's running, and all our boys are right there. But I cannot see anything. And I'm even like bumping into them. I think that could be sort of like the one thing where it's like maybe somebody starts bumping into something. But even that, it could be fixed with like you make it so the player can't even touch them. So like, for example, actually I'm not even gonna fuck with that. It looks like they are protesting. Yeah, they are an angry mob. They're always just marching. All right, I think that's a good start. This was set to default from before. So I think maybe what we could even do is I have very chapped lips right now. And it's very satisfying to just like pull on them. Okay. The solution, I think, is viable. Let's figure this out. Okay, so you pick a city, pick a place, spawn a randomized NPC there, but make them only visible to the photo camera, which is set layer. Set layer to invisible to player. Okay, and then you have send them to a second location. This could even be its own thing, I think. Yeah, send them to a second location. And then at the halfway point, it doesn't even need to be at the halfway point. It could be at, just set a random timer to then take a photograph. Of them. Timer between let's say 2 and 7 seconds. Or 5 seconds. 2 and 5 seconds. Set a random timer to then take a photograph of them. Timer between 2 and 5 seconds. And then I think that's pretty much the last time you need to use them like that. So you could then set their position to a civ spawn point. Set their position to a civ spawn point and change their mesh layer back to default. So the player can see them now. All right. And then I guess they're gonna act like civilians. Cause yeah, I forgot that these are essentially civilians. Set their position to a civ spawn point and change their mesh layer back to the default. So the player can see them now. And then just send them on their merry way. I think one drawback of this is that I can't just use the usual civilian behaviors, because civilians will go to a despawn point. And that sucks for the player, because they need somebody to fucking kill. Like that, if this person just despawns, then they lost their opportunity. So we can either store that NPC, the whole build of it, what they look like and everything, in a variable. I think that's probably what we want to do, right? It'd be kind of like spawn a randomized NPC there, right? And then I'll put like store this NPC in a variable. We'll call it target NPC, right? Send them on their merry way. And then in the civilian, be routine FSM. Oops. We'll have a bool check that basically, when they get to that point where they say, "Oh, where am I gonna go? Am I gonna go to a despawn point or just some random place?" If they get sent to a despawn point, there's a bool that asks, "Wait a minute, are you a target NPC though?" And if they are, then they don't go to that despawn point. Instead, they just pick a random place. So store this NPC in a variable target NPC, and set a is target value to true in the NPC conditions FSM, right? Then be sure to get FSM bool this variable in the first state of in the get variables state of the civv routine FSM, whatever that's called. In a civv routine FSM, I'm about to get to it right now. I'm about to get to it. This is a good draft. I'm sketching it up real nice right here, and then I'm gonna just crank it out. We'll see. 2:41 right now. I would like to have lunch at 4. That would be nice. Break for lunch at 4. I think I can get this done by then. Get this up and running. In the civilian B routine FSM, do a bool test before the like send to despawn state. So if the NPC is a target, they just bypass that and go to a random place instead. Cool. This is making me wonder too, like, does that mean that this target NPC will just roam infinitely in this city? Or do we make him go home eventually? Let's just make it infinitely. This is a fucking video game. That's funny. Can always make it so it comes out at a certain time. Alright. Doable. Oh, yeah, you know what? Because, like, you know, if city places have an open and closed, schedule, then they should get taken off the list of places, right, to go to, or set their bool value to their, like, or set is open bool value. Bool value. Right? So late at night, NPCs can only walk between spawn points or like 24-hour places. Like parks, they'll still go to parks if they want. I think that's done. Pick a city, pick a place, spawn a randomized NPC there, but make sure they're only visible to the photo camera, which is setting the mesh layer to invisible to player. We're gonna store that NPC in a variable called target NPC, and then we're gonna set an is target value to true in the NPC conditions FSM. So that way at the start of that civilian B routines FSM, it'll always be like, hey, am I a target? Am I a target? Am I a target? Anytime that it sends back, it's like it's asking itself, am I a target? And let's see. So then we send them to a second location. So they could be walking, right? So they're invisible, but they're out there and they're walking. And then you set a random timer to take a photograph of them. So mid walking somewhere, the camera will, well, we haven't figured out like where the camera spawns. So I think it'll be kind of like, what do you do? Do we set up? I feel like you set up, here's what you do. You set up empty game objects. Empty game objects to represent like where the photo camera can be. And then they're all tagged as photo camera. Or actually, when you do a find game object, tags is probably easier, right? Tags is easier. Yeah, they'll be. They're all tagged as photo cameras. And then get the nearest photo camera tagged the nearest photo camera from then get the nearest photo camera, then get the photo camera nearest, there we go, to the target NPC, right? Activate that camera use a smooth look at, so the camera is always looking at the target NPC. And then when the timer oh shit. Whew. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I did such a simple version of this in the past. Still making good time. Still making good time. All right. Right now what I'm thinking is like, how do you ensure that it photographs the face, right? That's kind of like the most important part. It's also making me think like, how do you really ensure that you're getting the right person? Because they have all these attributes. They have all these physical attributes. We could maybe buy time. Could maybe buy time by sort of describing the target. So like you still get a written and audio description, but you also get the photo. So it's just kind of like, you know, it's just fluff, you know? So you could maybe buy time by describing the target, and by describing the target's physical attributes, and you still actually need to describe the target's behavioral attributes, right? So you would follow a target around and it's like, okay, well, they chew bubblegum. It's like, well, that looks like them, but are they chewing bubblegum? And then the moment they start blowing bubbles, just pop that bubble, pop that head. Could maybe buy time to describe the target's physical attributes and still actually need to describe the target's behavioral attributes. I think that's fair. I think it is kind of fucked up because it's like, you know, in really, really tiny odds, in fucking amazingly small odds, every now and then, 1 in a million, somebody's gonna kill an innocent person. You know, they're gonna kill the wrong person. It's gonna look exactly like them. They're gonna be acting just like them, but it's not gonna be them. And do I just let that go? Like, yeah, maybe. Or do you make an array of attributes only for targets? You make an array of attributes only for targets, and so it's a list of 5 things, then it's like 5 different things, and whatever one it randomly chooses, like if another source is out there also running through this same routine and creating one, they can't pick that attribute either. So there's not going to be doubles. So it's literally that this is one unique, only one NPC out there has that unique quality. And that way there's no overlap, no doppelgangers. The problem with this is sort of it's one that's just tied to Um, it's tied to the fun part, where it's just like, if you give them such a distinct attribute, how do you make it so it has to be small? It can't just be like, oh, this NPC has purple skin, because then it's like, yeah, there's only one person out there who has purple skin. All right, that's a soundtrack change. We're gonna go to genres, and I'm gonna bust out the where'd it go? Old school funk. There's a little bit of that Daniel Friedel stuff in there that's gonna play, but hopefully have more variation. So what is an attribute you can give somebody that is such a like minute detail? It could be a name. They could kind of pull from a different sort of. They could be named from a different pool of first and last names. What else? What is like a really tiny detail that you can observe about somebody? Where it's like seeing all this shit, all these people, they all just have facial hair, skin color, what they're wearing. What if I did that later? What if this is fine for now? What if I accept the odds of killing a doppelganger and we just go with this? I think that's okay. Send them to location, right? Smooth look at when... Okay, use a smooth look at so the camera's always looking at the target NPC. And then when the timer finishes, the camera takes a photo and raycasts at the what is it? Camera takes a photo and raycasts at the head joint of or the head collider of the target. If it hits, then that's successful. That's a good photo, and it continues. But if it doesn't hit, then send it back to the random. Send it back, or actually, yeah, send it back to the random timer to try again. So I'm gonna change this between 2 and 3 seconds. All right, that's solid. That's solid. Okay. All right, set the position. All right. I don't know which FSMs these are going to be organized in, but I think all this is checking out. All right. Let's do it. Thought I'd never get to this point. temp places, flights, spawn points, right? Agent spawn points, civilian airport spawn points, level, destination points, right? That's what. Yep, cool. And then at the library, place mail here. Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. DC quests. Alright, here we go. Assassination. I'm gonna delete all of these. Delete transition, and delete transition. Delete that random event. Just creating a finished event. What is this quest picked? Set to true. Okay, like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I could put that over here. Oh, this has. Let's not get it mixed up. Let's. Okay. Just going with this one. So you get to the assassination point. It sets the current quest as assassination. Great. And then we set the bool value to quest picked to true. And then awaiting payment. Yeah. So if it's true, if it's false, then it needs to create it. But then if it's true, it goes over here. I won't even do that yet. Okay. So if it's false, then we're going to create target. And then go off to the next state. So what do we have here? Set target to be assassinated, game, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it picks a city first, right? Pick a city in place. Okay. So pick city and place. God damn it. Pick city and place. Okay, so we're gonna do array list get random. And we're gonna be using, we got the current city, okay, but we don't need the current city. What we want is, we want to use, I believe it's on the game manager, globals, game manager, and I think it's just called cities. And then the type is a game object. Put the random item in chosen city. Okay. And then in that chosen city, I think you do another array list get random. Where do we put? It's like you chose the city, but then in there it has places, right? There we go. Array list get places. Beautiful. The system is coming together nicely. DC quests. Pick a city and place. Do another array list get random. This time using the chosen city. And we're looking at places now. Type, it's also a game object. We're gonna store the random place, new variable, random, chosen place. All right, that looks good. Picks the city and place, dope. What next? Spawn a randomized NPC there, but make them only visible to the photo camera. Okay. So here we go. Spawn target NPC. So I think this is. Do we pool spawn? Fuck. I really gotta start figuring out the pooling situation for this. Pool spawn. Civ NPCs. Actually, just NPCs, right? Uh-oh. Alright, spawn point. Chosen place. Okay. And then let's put this in here before I forget. Hey, dummy. Make sure you create, oh god, the NPC pool. Who wants to put money on whether or not I forget to create the NPC pool? Because I'm putting this pooler spawn in right now for a pool that does not yet exist. And I'm gonna run it and be like, why aren't they popping up? Ooh, I'm gonna be like going around the entire FSM and it's like, oh fuck, maybe because... Yeah. Alright, so you spawn it, store the object in new variable, target NPC. The game takes a photo of the target, add image, blah blah blah. Oh, set the layer. So you want to do set layer. But you also want to do get child. Yeah. You want to get the child of the target NPC that is called Stickman, because that's the name of the mesh. And you want to store the result in target NPC mesh. And we're going to target that mesh. We're going to change its layer to invisible to player. Yes! You know who's dope as fuck? Alex Choles. I'm still not quite sure how to pronounce that, but Alex Choles, creator of Playmaker. Oh man, you know when I just when everything's just like working nicely, I'm just like, just gotta hand it to that guy for making this thing. So that about does it. That's an invisible. there's a part of me that's like, I want to be able to turn off all of the colliders in here. Oh, here we go. You could kind of do that. Because if I don't do something about all those colliders, you wouldn't be able to see the NPC, but you could bump into them. And I know that's a relatively easy problem to solve in some regard, but it might be a tedious one. I'll leave it alone for now. You know. Am I gonna forget that kind of shit? Is it gonna be months from now where it's like people are bumping into thin air and it's like, what's happening? It's as if there's something in front of me and I'm like, I have no idea why. And then it's like, well, probably because there's an assassination mission starting, and so that means there's an invisible NPC standing in your way. All right, here we go. We got that done. Store this NPC in a variable, right? And set is target value to their NPC conditions FSM. So set FSM bool for the target NPC, and it's gonna be NPC conditions, capital C. NPC conditions, and then the variable name is target. Then be sure to get FSM bool this variable in the get variable state of the SIB routine FSM. Okay, so is target in the NPC conditions. Oops. NPC conditions, variables, bool is target, and then in civb, get variables, we're gonna get FSM bool, except it's gonna be is target, and we're gonna create a new variable over here, is target. Boom. And then so down here, get random location, has destination, set destination places. Oh, cool. Right now they don't even have a despawn point. Cool. So they're just going from place to place. I don't even need to put that fucking thing in there right now. Eventually, you know, we'll fucking see. So I'm in the DC quests, right? So sets that value to true, right? Because he is a target. That might just be an extra precaution. Send them to the second location. They're gonna do their own thing. They're gonna be just fine. Oy vey. You know what I feel like I should do, honestly, is let's do activate game object. Specify the game object. Let's see. I'm gonna put it in here. Let's say deactivate what do you call it? Just vision. right? And then you're gonna do find game object. Oh no, you're gonna find child of the target NPC called NPC-FOV. And we're going to store the results in NPC-FOV. We're going to deactivate that shit. Because because we don't want that NPC reacting to shit. Like if a player's around or something fucking happens, we don't want them like reacting all crazy. We just want them to be moseying around, you know, for a photo. So spawn the target NPC, deactivate their vision, send them to the second location. They're already gonna be doing that, and then set a random timer to take the photograph of them. Deactivate vision, and may as well just have a second state. Count down to photo. Booey. So we'll throw in a weight. And random weight. We're gonna do a random weight. 2 and I'm gonna turn off real time. 2 and 3. That should be fine. Finish event. Next. And we want it to, what do we want it to do here? Take photo. So it's gonna be like photo, take photo, picture, what is it? Camera, take camera screenshot texture. Here we go. Okay, game the camera. Oh, that's right, it has to pick a camera. Whew, boy, making video games is a lot of work. Holy shit. All right, holy fuck. Oy vey, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey. Include GUI. Nah. Set depth, whatever. Okay. So, gonna have to hang tight on that. But I think generally it's going to be something like you want to get the camera. You want to get the let's see. The time between two. Set up empty game object to represent where the photo camera can be. They're all tagged as photo cameras. Then get the photo camera nearest to the target NPC. Use a smooth look at. Okay, that's what it does first. Is it find nearest or close? What is it? I always forget the find closest. Put this at the top. And it's gonna be tagged as photo camera. Right, photo camera. But it's gonna be finding the closest one to our target NPC. Must be visible. Only consider objects visible to the camera. No, not necessarily. Store object in oh shit. Because this can end up being a process. I can already imagine in my mind a situation in which this system is running, right? What it's supposed to do is it's supposed to imagine a city space, right? Like a few street corners or whatever, and a building, some buildings. And what we're trying to do is put an NPC somewhere in there, have them walk somewhere else, just en route somewhere. And then when they're walking, in that moment, we find there's all these points that I'll have to set up beforehand in a city that I call like kind of little photo op positions. So these are all positions that a camera could be, and they're just empty game objects. They're just points in space. So the NPC's walking through that little space, and in that moment, it finds the little photo op game object that's closest to it. So if there's kind of like, there's one on that street corner, there's one on like, you know, coming from the second story of a building, there's one down the street, there's all these ones. Whatever one is the closest, it'll grab that one, we'll store that in a variable, and that's the one that's going to smoothly look at, it's going to look at the target NPC and then take a picture. So what I can see in my head is a situation where, like, if that camera needs to have a direct raycast to the target NPC's face to qualify as a successful photograph, then I can imagine a situation where that NPC is walking, and then it gets that camera, and the camera looks at it, looks at the NPC, takes the photo, but the raycast doesn't hit the face, something obstructs. So the NPC keeps walking, and then it gets the next camera, and then something obstructs that shot, you know, and it's just kind of like, I can imagine it being like too late, you know, every time it's walking, because essentially the camera needs to be in front of them all the time. So even if it was the closest one, it's not necessarily the one best qualified to take a picture of their face, you know, because the closest one might be behind them. And if the closest one behind them is just going to photograph their back. How am I doing on time? Ooh. Closing in. I think I gotta come up with a different system for photographing them. Or not an entirely different system. I just gotta come up with a better system to choose which camera. I guess what you could do is just get all the cameras, like an array of them, and then loop through them to find out. You do this. Photo op. You get all the cameras nearby, then loop through them, checking which of them has a clear shot at the target NPC's face using raycast. The first camera to return a can see face value, it will be stored as the chosen camera and then used to take the photo. But then what you do is, but before taking the photo, get the Also, just before I forget, NPC face is a small sphere sticking out of the collider for the head. This will block this will prevent getting false positives on can-see face because it's such a small surface area. Alright. So, but before taking the photo, get the distance between the target NPC and the camera, the photo camera. And somehow use that to adjust the focal length of the camera. So telephoto if the camera is far, or wide angle if the camera is close. Okay. God, what a system. I'm gonna be, like, I'm already super proud of a lot of these things, but this is, like, one of the ones that's gonna make me I'm gonna fucking smile if that works. If I can get a system set up where it's, like, random, like, you know, just like spy, private eye, telephoto, photographs, that would be dope. That'd be really dope. Okay. How do you do that though? You get the distance. So if the distance is, you know, if it's 5, then it can't be a direct correlation because the camera, the field of view, if the distance was 5, you wouldn't want that. You would want the opposite of that. The max being 179. I guess maybe you give it kind of like, maybe you just make like 3 different lenses. You make it so it's like, okay, if they're like, yeah, if they're like 2 feet away, then you use this lens. If they're like 20 feet away, you can use this lens. And then if they're like more than 50 feet away, then use this lens. I could also make it so it only gets cameras that are far enough, so that way all the photos are always telephoto, which could be kind of funny. You know? Let's see. So, get all the cameras nearby, then loop, blah blah blah. Ooh boy, getting a little close on time. Will I be able to finish any semblance of a functioning system in time for lunch? Bets are on. People in the chat, you can start taking bets on whether or not I make this. I want to see how much how much you can get up to, what the pool can be for betting on my failure. But before taking the photo, okay, get all the photo cameras nearby, then loop them, checking which of them has a clear shot at the target NPC's face using raycast. Maybe I'm overcomplicating this. Maybe what I need to do is I could be overcomplicating this because that is a lot of work for me to start putting in all these spots where cameras would spawn. It would be the coolest, but I could also just spawn a camera on the NPC just in front of them, you know, have it take a photo of them like that. Maybe that's what I do. Let's just do that for now. Let's just do that. Create an object, create a camera. Call this the photo camera. And we don't even need to do that shit anymore where it gets the nearest one. DC quests, take photo. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I would have really loved to make a system like that work. It just doesn't. It seems like way too much work to get it to be smooth. Because I can get it up and running right now, but like it would be unreliable. So we're gonna get rid of that. Instead, what we want is activate game object, and it will be, oh, we also want to find game object, find child, specify the target NPC, and it's going to be called photo camera. Store the result as photo camera. Oops, photo camera. And we're going to activate it. And we'll reset on exit so it goes away. And the camera is here. Great, so now we have that camera taking a photo of them. And then honestly, it could just be a matter of how do you display, how do I see what's on this camera? Is there a way to see what a camera sees in a prefab? Where is this camera? Oh. Gizmos? Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Nice. That way this is just like a guaranteed, like, solid photo, you know? And then we can just kind of do like that. And honestly, that's even too good of a photo. We want something a little like that. Maybe like off to the side. Okay. I can fuck with that. That's not bad. Alright, so it'll take that camera, and then when that's all done, it'll go to the next state. Over here, we do want to save it though. The output is new variable photograph or photo of target NPC. All right, and then we want to, let's check. I think it was just like set their position to this city spawn point to change their mesh back to normal, right? But what we want is to add the image texture of a photograph of the game object and spawn the photo of the target game object in front of the player. So source waits for target NPC to switch is dead bool to true. Okay, I think what I would really absolutely love to do at this point is, do I have time? Yeah, we have time. Fire up Photoshop and make the little photo thing, you know? God, yeah, of course you know what I'm talking about. Make the photograph image, because the photo should be like, what is this set to? The image texture size is, we could change this from 2560. We're gonna change this to 1920 by 1080. Just a good old-fashioned 1080p, or not 1080p because it's a single frame. Just a 1080 resolution photograph. So let's DC textures, original assets, most items textures. Yeah, there we go. Like, these are universal items. Let's put these in here. Let's call them backup. And just put them in here. And so for this, we'll use, I think, I had some good textures from that last. Original assets, spy game, textures, I believe. I think it's in DC. Yeah, the paper. Items and props. Shit, I cannot find where I put my paper textures. I thought, oh, interface and overlays, right? Is that character ability? Yeah, here we go, texture. I think photo plane. This one looks good. Let's see. That. And if we put in like a 1920 by 1080 and copy this, paste it. Huh, really? Oh, because it's bigger than that. Ah, so desu ne. Soul. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put that shit on a cube for now. I'll come back to the assets later. Okay, take the photo. Give photo to player. All right. You know what's kind of funny? Is in this random weight area. Put a comment in here. Here is where the source NPC tells you about the target to buy time for the photographing process to complete. All right. Give the photograph to player. Set material or set texture, right? Set material texture. We'll do it on a. We'll have to pool. Jesus, pool spawn. Hey, there's another one I have to do. What was the other one I had to do? NPCs? I should be writing these down, right? Shouldn't I fucking... hey, dummy, make sure you create the NPC pool. Okay. Pools to make. NPCs. I think it's I hope it's NPCs spelled that way. Let's check. Yep, cool. And then this one is pooler spawn from photographs. Photographs. Okay. Spawn point. I have 20 minutes to complete this. We're gonna need a NPC. I'm gonna create a new empty called object spawner, and that goes. I made one for the other NPC types, but now that I'm universalizing this shit, I just need to put it in this NPC. So I think this is a fair place to put it. That's not bad. Let's do that. Pooler spawn at the object spawner and store the object in photo of target. And it's gonna be on the photo of target that we set this material. Nice. All right. And I'll just make cubes for that pooler. So it spawns it, it'll fucking just drop right there into the world. I honestly might even make it. I might just use the tickets for this test. Oh my god, I'm so fucking close. Okay. Come on, focus, focus, focus. I want to be able to eat in 19 minutes. I can do this. Set the material texture so it drops the ticket in front of you. What happens next? Spawn the photo target game object in front of the player. Source waits for the target NPC to switch is dead bull to true. Okay. Is dead bull. So it's gonna have like a get FSM bool, FSM name, NPC, NPC conditions. I might have to conditions. We're getting this from the target NPC, and the variable name will be is dead. Tot. Is tot. Storing the variable. Right. Der Mann ist tot. Wait for death. That doesn't sound right, but that's right. And then a bool test for that. Bool variable is dead. Both of these should be every frame. When it's true, it's true. But when it's false, does nothing. Okay. And then it waits for the player to arrive. Source waits for player to come and interact with them. Right, so then you get distance. Target being shit. I'll come back to that. That's not totally necessary. I mean, it is necessary, but like, I just want to see the fucking photo system work. So I'll do the get distance thing, and then like, you know, float compare, right? That'll send off to the next thing that happens. But as far as all the photo taking stuff, I just need to make those poolers. Here we go. So we're gonna make one called NPCs. Initially pulled objects. We'll just have none for right now. And it can grow. And we'll just put this thing on it. Yeah, the plane ticket for now. Max pulled objects. Let's just do 3 for right now. Oh no, I'm sorry, not NPCs. This is photographs. And then so the NPCs will be like NPCs can grow. We'll do max pool 3 and NPC. Oh, you know what I forgot to do though is it shit doesn't have doesn't have the the randomized doesn't have the randomized textures on it yet. How am I doing on time? 14 more minutes. All right. Let's just see how this works right now. Let's see if it at least fucking puts the guy somewhere and then takes a picture. All right. Oh, but you know what? Hang on. It also just dawned on me. Come on. That pick city and place. I don't think all the cities have places yet. Should I just go in and make that really quick? Should I just do that really quick? Let's just do it. Let's just fucking do it. I needed to do it eventually, right? It's just just game objects, right? Places. All right, we got DC that has that. London. Oh, they do have all their own places. I have those temporary ones set up. That's chill. Let's chill. Morocco too? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me just make sure that they're like on land. Okay. The one in Moscow is. Spawn points. Oh no. All right. What about Morocco? Let's see where that one is. This one is kind of off the grid. Actually, no, it's fine. And what about this one? This one is that's fine too. And this one is also fine. Okay, great. Morocco's good. What about Berlin? Berlin. Okay, there's that one. Nice. Put it up right here. Nice. Just throw it up. This one, nice. Okay, Paris. This one. F. Oops. Hey. F. There you go. Right, and there's all three of these. Nice. Lastly, we have London. Boom, boom, boom. Great. So I think we can actually run this. Fingers fucking crossed. Here we go. I'm gonna delete this camera. Will it work? Oh shit. Oh, you know what I realized? I need to spawn a fucking a source NPC first, and I need to go through the routine. So NPC testing spawner. We are not going to loop this. 0 loops. And then we're gonna set the type to source. Wait a second. I just need to light his thing, and I know he's gonna fucking be there. Actually, no. Okay. Civ B. I'm gonna change that to that. I'm just gonna make it so this doesn't go there, and I'm gonna set this as the start state. And it's gonna spawn a mailman and a source. I think that's all I need to. I think I'm good on that. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Oh shit! Fucking video games, man! Holy shit, that's so much work. I should start making shirts that say video games. They're a lot of work. Okay, so there's the source, right? Go into the fucking thing. I'm gonna take this because I'm gonna need to light his cigarette. But so we could just imagine that the source sent his package. This is the mailman. Ah, yeah. I gotta make the mailman costume. You know what I'm gonna need eventually too is, let's do spawn item. I'm gonna need that gun. Need to kill my target. Okay, package has arrived. 2 packages. Okay, I'll figure that out later. But there we go. Got this, right? Oh, The Manupidi Lounge. Okay. It looks like that's where I should be going then. Got this Manupidi Lounge. Right, I got my lighter. I go here. Source has a cigarette. Cool. And then I light his cigarette. I don't know about this. I feel like I've overlooked some logic. Let's see what his state is. Where's the source at? Is he even in the? He's not even in the middle of this. DC signals. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? So I did that, but I forgot to make it so the quests FSM kicks off. Okay. How am I on time? 7 minutes. Fucking A. All right, here we go. 7 minutes. Oh, so close. Okay. I'll speed up time. I can scale time on that next one. Signals. So at the end here, what do we want? We want the, see, routine. No, he's going through that already. Quests. Where does quests begin? Oh no, source signals. Here we go. Right, and then quest in progress. It's always set to false. Hey Donis, starting a horror game in Playmaker soon. Thanks for the inspo. Hey, dope. Good to hear. And yeah, you got it. Anytime. That makes me very happy to hear. If I could have helped in any capacity. So awesome. You gotta show us, you know. I really do, I'm serious, I wanna see that work in progress chat category on the Discord. I wanna see that more active. That would be really interesting to see what everybody's working on. Okay, so it needs to set it will set the quest in progress. Let's just note it, right? So quest in progress set to true for source signal routines. Is that how it's spelled? Yep. And then send event by name to source signal routines. I believe it is check again. Okay, check again with a capital A. All right, I think that's what I want. That's what I want. So in signals at the very end, we're gonna toss in a set FSM bool using the owner. It's going to be in source signal routines, quest in progress. Okay, cool. It's gonna set it to true, and then we're gonna do a send event by name, and game object FSM, use owner, source signal routines, and it's gonna be check again. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's try it. How am I on time? 4 more minutes. I basically have to nail this right now, right? This just has to work. Okay, so they're going, but I'm gonna do scale time to 2 so they could speed the fuck up. Oh, you know, I'm gonna go get that lighter. Okay. Ooh, only 1 package this time. Good. I don't know. Or I don't know, maybe bad. I don't know. Okay. Got the thing. There's matches. Putting them in my inventory. Got them right here. Cool. I'm gonna go to this guy. He has a cigarette, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna scale time down to 1 so nothing weird happens. Something already might have happened. Okay. Lit a cigarette. Ooh, there it is. But the material didn't put on it. Why didn't the material get put on it? Oh, there it is! Yes! Look, it's on the other side of it. So that's an NPC that's somewhere. That's our fucking guy. He's like inside a building somewhere. Woo! How much time do I have left? 3 minutes to spare. Great, it works. So now I just gotta put that on a properly sized photograph so it doesn't get all stretched out. That only has the 1 material, right? Because this is, it was just a test to put it on this plane ticket. There he is. That is so fucking cool. Oh my god, so this is our mission. And then when we go kill that guy, oh, we could go kill him. Okay, let me just check if that works then. He needs to tell you where he is. Because you can't just be flying all over the fucking world looking for this guy. And we can't kill him yet. Because we can't see him. We need to set his layer back to... I'm going to make those notes. I think that's good. I think that was overall a success. So what's left to do is we need to set the mesh layer back to default. And then need to make sure the like is dead bool exists on the NPC, on the target NPC. NPC conditions, I think, is where it is. And make sure that NPC conditions isn't getting disabled upon death. And then we'll, you know, make the proper photograph game object. Then you need a source needs to tell you which source needs to tell you which city they're in, which city the target is in. And then as a side note, I think for dialogue, eat timer. All right, for dialogue, make speech bubbles, and that can only be seen in a certain proximity. Close for quiet dialogue, and far for like screaming or whatever, right? Okay. So put these together. And then this is like for, whoa, where's that one? Oh, here, for that. Okay. Fucking rad. Nice, man, that was tense. Yeah, thanks, Adonis. Yeah, hopefully the tension will be proper and real. Oh my god, that is so fucking, so our man's out there somewhere. Our man is out there. He's in a building with a green backdrop and a door. He's inside somewhere, because you can see outside over there. That's fucking hysterical. That is so funny to me. Okay. We're looking good. I'm gonna have lunch. I'll come back in a little bit. But But to everybody who has stopped by so far, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in a little bit. You should probably grab some lunch too. Yeah, Adonis. Definitely just remember that you could toss in some work in progress pics and videos and GIFs and all that stuff in that section of the Discord. All right, I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. Peace.